Welcome to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, your daily audio summary of the latest news reported in the Ukrainian media. We're doing our best to provide you with our daily audio summaries despite power outages and missile attacks. You can support us by sharing information about the podcast, rating us in the apps, and subscribing to our Patreon, following the link in the description to this episode. Thank you. My name is Artem, and here is the news. 322 days last the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Presidents of Poland Andrzej Duda and Lithuania Gitanas Nausėda visited Ukraine yesterday and met Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy in Lviv, reports Interfax Ukraine. During the visit, the Polish president said that Ukraine will be provided with a company of Leopard tanks as part of an international coalition of allies, one of which will be Poland. Recently, we really decided to transfer such support to Ukraine from Poland, said Duda. According to him, the decision on the formation of such an international coalition has already been made. The media informs that company has 10 to 14 tanks. The Polish president also expressed the hope that the first company of Leopard tanks, along with other types of tanks, will be provided by the coalition member states very soon. At the same time, he mentioned that it is necessary to obtain certain official agreements and consents. Later, the Polish president explained that Poland seeks to form an international coalition of countries who are ready to provide Ukraine with modern tanks, reports European Pravda. Each country will provide some amount, and this way not just a company but a larger unit can be created. Before, Polish officials stressed that they considered transferring a certain amount of Western-made tanks to Ukraine, but they needed to obtain permission to do so from their country of origin, Germany, and Germany so far wasn't giving such permissions to other countries. Lithuanian President Gitanas Nausėda announced that his country will transfer air defense systems and anti-aircraft installations to Ukraine, reports TSN-UA. The president didn't specify which systems will be transferred. He stressed that the war should end as soon as possible with Ukraine's victory, and Lithuania does everything it can to help. In his evening video address, President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelenskyy thanked Poland and Lithuania for their decisions to help with weapons. Zelenskyy hinted that another country may soon announce a decision to provide Ukraine with modern tanks. He stressed that heard confidence once again from both presidents that all three countries will go all the way together to restore the security of Ukraine and the whole of Europe, to restore Ukraine's territorial integrity and peace. Volodymyr Zelenskyy said that he discussed Ukraine's way towards membership in the EU and NATO with his Polish and Lithuanian counterparts, and they are ready to support Ukraine and want to see Ukraine fully integrated in both structures. The president of Ukraine believes that this year Ukraine must achieve tangible progress in European integration. This concerns first of all the start of negotiations on membership. The British government confirmed for the first time that it plans to provide Ukraine with modern tanks, reports Ukrainska Pravda. According to the government spokesman, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak had asked Defense Secretary Ben Wallace to work with partners in the coming weeks to move further and accelerate support to Ukraine, including the provision of tanks. The UK believes that battle tanks can provide the Ukrainians with a game-changing opportunity. After the announcement, Germany reiterated its previous position that it won't supply tanks to Ukraine. Commenting on the Polish announcement, Berlin stated that it has not yet received any collective request for permission to re-export Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine. The president of Ukraine informed that Russian forces captured part of the city of Soledar, Donetsk region. According to him, now Russian propagandists are trying to create a picture that this is allegedly some kind of Russia's achievement. They will present and are already presenting this to their society in such a way as to support mobilization and to give hope to those who support aggression, said Zelenskyy. He stressed that the fighting continues, the Donetsk direction is holding out, and Ukraine is doing everything to strengthen its defense. CNN journalists who are currently near Soledar, Donetsk region, report that the Ukrainian troops feel confident and are not planning on leaving the city. Volodymyr Zelenskyy believes that Ukrainians who have Russian citizenship should not have Ukrainian citizenship and should go live in Russia, reports Interfax Ukraine. This is how he commented in Lviv on his recent decision to deprive Ukrainian citizenship of 4 MPs suspected of state treason. Sergei Surovikin was dismissed from the position of commander of the Russian armed forces in the ongoing invasion of Ukraine, reports Liga. Valery Gerasimov, the chief of the general staff, was appointed to this position, while Surovikin became his deputy. The Russian Ministry of Defense called this rotation an increase in the level of leadership of the special military operation. That's how they called the war in Ukraine. They said that the new assignments are related to expanding the scale of the tasks to be solved and the need to organize closer cooperation between the types and branches of the armed forces. During his time as a commander, Surovikin initiated massive missile strikes against Ukrainian cities and energy infrastructure and pulled out Russian forces from Kherson. The office of the President of Ukraine said that no matter who is in charge of the Russian forces in Ukraine, it won't help them, reports Ukrainska Pravda. The British intelligence believes that the appointment of the Chief of the General Staff as the commander of the theater of operations is an indicator of the increasing seriousness of the situation in Russia and a clear recognition that the campaign does not correspond to Russia's strategic goals. According to the U.S. Institute for the Study of War, Gerasimov's appointment is likely intended to support a planned decisive Russian military effort in 2023, likely resume the Russian offensive operations, reports Espresso. The experts point out that Putin has repeatedly demonstrated that he misunderstands the capabilities of Russian forces and has not abandoned his maximalist war aims in Ukraine. Putin may have appointed Gerasimov, the highest-ranking officer in the Russian military, to succeed a series of theater commanders to oversee a major offensive that Putin, likely incorrectly, believes Russian forces can accomplish in 2023. Ukraine military intelligence claims that Russia has imposed restrictions on citizens fit for military service to leave the country, reports Ukrinform. According to intelligence, the ban is in force since January 9th and is aimed to ensure preparation for a new wave of mobilization. Ukrainian special services believe that the main emphasis will be placed on the quantity and not the quality of the mobilized people and the equipment provided to them. It will take about 2 months to equip and prepare the initial replenishment, the intelligence said. We call on you to demand from governments of your countries to impose the toughest sanctions possible on Russia and its citizens to stop their invasion of Ukraine.